We got the Vikings going up against the Patriots, and this is quite possibly going to be the most competitive game of the week. This will be a very tight game. I expect the Patriots to win, but not by much. And it's mostly because they got home field. So, it's a tough game to call from a fantasy perspective. Games like this, you need to really dissect the other team's defense, where their weak points are, where their strengths are. You need to focus on your strengths as an offense, but you need to tweak them a bit because everybody this late in the season has so much film on each other that you can't go to your bread and butter stuff and expect much out of it. That said, Dalvin Cook showed up big last week. Now, he's been hurt, and then healthy, and then hurt. They've done enough with Murray for the running game to be strong, though, in his absence. But man, does it look different when he's there. Man, he's going to do well. The Patriots, their defense is well-rounded. They've got good people against the run, good people against the pass, but Dalvin Cook's another animal. And he's going to get his. You don't stop a guy like that. You slow him down. That's what the Patriots are going to aim for. It's probably what they're going to do. But I would expect the game to be relatively high scoring. So Cook's going to get more opportunities. So he's still going to be a lock at a running back one. Outside of that, Thielen should be a lock for wide receiver one every week. The guy just puts up 100 yards every single week. Don't even think about it. It's automatic at this point. Diggs is, he's fast. He's fast, and with the attention that people are going to have to pay to Thielen and to Dalvin Cook, he's going to get his too. So Thielen's a wide receiver 1. Diggs is a wide receiver 2. Kirk Cousins is going to do really well this week. New England's defense is all right. They're not good enough to deal with an offense that has as much talent as Minnesota does when Cooks is healthy. So Kirk Cousins is not going to have the kind of pressure that he's had earlier in the season on him. I'd expect him to have himself a game. That being said, on the opposite side of things, New England's getting healthier. Burkhead has come back. He's probably not going to get a lot of play because Sony Michel has really emerged since his injury, and James White has a lot of the offense funneling through him. So I'm not really sure where Burkhead fits in this offense. If they do try to shoehorn him in there in any aspect, all it's doing is taking away from the value of people like Sony Michel and White. More so from Sony Michel than James White. That they've got 3 running backs there in that offense now. And with their primary receiving threats being people that work close to the offensive line in Edelman and Gronkowski, yeah, there's just too much talent to really think that James White and Sony Michel are going to have rock-solid games going forward. It's going to get a little dicey with them. So, whereas James White was a lock at a running back 1 at points in the season, and Sony Michel was a running back 1 to 2, depending on who they went against, they're just going to be slightly downgraded. James White's a running back 2, Sony Michel, running back 2 to flex, and leave it there until we figure out what's going on with Burkhead. Outside of that, Gronkowski is the offense here. He's the engine that makes this offense work. He's a lock at a tight end 1. And, I mean, Edelman is very, very consistent for this team. So he's a wide receiver 3 this week. It's going to be relatively high scoring, though, so maybe at a 2. I would say that he's going to get red zone targets. Same with White, same with Gronkowski. It's really just a matter of who actually comes down with those targets. So it's dicey. Any one of them could have a great game, Not multiple, though. It's a three-way coin flip between White, Edelman, and Gronkowski having good games here. The only real winner here is Brady, with all of the offensive diversity that he has now with Burkhead coming back into the fold. He's going to have less pressure on him, and he's going to do better. So start him. Neither defense is worth a start because it's going to be a high-scoring game. It's going to be fun to watch. Again, I had the Patriots in this, but just barely.